Well, the end has arrived. I finally have proof that the English have taken over. They are a struggle from 1775 to this day might be in vain until somebody wake up. Somebody like you. Somebody who is responsible of transferring our knowledge from one generation to the next. Someone like you who condition our population to be United States of America national. And that is what I want to talk about. The way we transfer knowledge to one generation to the other, and the way we transfer our identity, our culture, is through the excitement of our senses, our human senses. That means our eyes, our nose, our taste, our ears. And the most efficient is the movies. That is why since the 1900s, early 1900s, actually from 1898, when the first movies started coming out. For example, in 1898, the first films from war, the Spanish-American War, were filmed, and since that time we have realized they are very efficient. And today is the most efficient way to transfer knowledge, the movies. And that means documentals, CNN, ABC broadcast. Anything that comes through photons into your eyes and sound through your ears at the same time is what condition humans the best. So what am I saying all this? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the Academy Award of motion pictures in the United States of America just have adopted a new measurement system, and it will be adopted in 2024, I think. I'm not quite sure, but they're going to start working on it now, and they're going to implement or finish implementing this crazy idea in 2024. Now, what is the deal about? Well, the deal is that they are going to divide you in little pieces. They are going to say, oh, by the way, they adopted this system from the English. I'm not making this thing up. I'm going to put a link to it. They adopted this idea from the English, our enemies, the one that we fought in 1775 for independence, and the entire planet fought until the 1960s. Some people until a year ago to free themselves from the English that they were conditioned and basically making the entire planet a slave. So they figured out they cannot shoot you anymore. They cannot use cannons on you anymore, and so on. So now they're going to use you reflexes, you conditioned reflexes. They are going to make you English, and that is why Hollywood is basically following up what the English is saying, and it's because the English have taken over completely of our movie industry in the United States of America. Spider-Man is English. I mean, that is my proof, and my proof is that the Academy Award literally say it. We adopted this from an English standard of movie making, so we actually following them. Listen, the English will never accept you. You always are going to be a Yankee. For them, you are a Yankee, you are an American, you are colonial. They will never accept you. They will condition you to be them. That they will be happy to do. So what I'm trying to say is that you movie makers and you actors and actresses, that you know me, because I used to drive you around. I used to date you. I used to do all these things with you. And I always have told you, watch out with the English, they will take you job. And they have. Not only they will take you job, now they have taken the industry, and now they have taken over the Academy Award. And they are going to divide you this way. They are going to say they're going to give you a percentage of blacks, Hispanics, Latins, whites, ethnic groups like Chinese and Indian and Indian American, and then they're going to go into sex. We have to have so many homosexual males and females and so on. So basically, they are not making a standard of the United States of America. No, they are making standards or little pieces of the United States of America. They are actually making us fight one another for those Academy Award. So basically, we have lost control of what we need. We need to unite the United States of America. We cannot do that. We cannot continue to utilize Hollywood to divide us. I think the FBI, the CIA, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, Congress, entire Congress, of course, I'm taking away the executive branch, because the executive branch is already conditioned. They already English, and they will defend it. Mr. Trump is already English. Mr. Biden probably is going to win. He's already English. As a matter of fact, that he's coming from Ireland running. So we, the people of the United States of America, cannot continue to divide each other on television, cannot continue to allow anyone to take our workers not only job, but conditioning them to be English. We must stop. We must stop, and this has been happening for quite a while. No one day, but over 150 years since reconstructions, and really got going in the 1920s. Go and check it out. Go and see how in the 1940s you play Cuban music, jazz, in the movies. Now you don't see that. Now you see, I don't know, Superman and Spider-Man, Englishman. They introducing you the sound of the Anglo-Saxon. You are no Anglo-Saxon. They always are going to call you Yankees. Right now you don't hear that word anymore. But that is what they're calling you. They changing the way you consume, the way you understand, the way you think, and that is Hollywood's job. So I say fight the Academy Award from adopting all this, and adopt this. The Academy Award should be given to whoever represents the United States of America as a community, as a country. And anybody who goes up there and say, I am an American, take him back to England or someplace, because you are not an American. You have never been an American. You have never been white. You have never been black. You have never been Hispanical. You have never been all these labels. The English are conditioning us to adopt. Cannot function anymore. It will destroy us. Make sure that Hollywood teaches and transfer to the next generation who we really are, where we come from. That we are the United States of America, no America, no England, no whatever the English want to appoint to you. Remember, they learned this from the Spaniards. The Spaniards are the best of doing this. They took 800 years to conquer the Iberia Peninsula. Analyze what I'm talking about. You know, the Castros in Cuba, they have more knowledge of how to deal with the English than we do. We have become English. We have become English. So go look into yourself really tight, especially you guys up there with all that money and all that power that you think you have. And the reality is that you have been completely conditioned. Your reflexes are screwed up. That is why you get persons like Madonna and Clooney and all these people. They make their money and they run to Europe. And then I meet them on the limousine picking it up at the restaurant someplace, and they try to speak French and they don't know how to speak French. That's how crazy they lose their identity. They speak English with the English accent. They forgot they are Yankees to them. They will never be accepted. Analyze that, Hollywood. You are losing your jobs. You are losing your life. You are losing your country. So to the Academy of War, to the Academy of Motion Picture, to the greatest so-called smartest guy in the world, you are not that smart. Your condition is decaying, and the smartest guys are the English. They are making you think that you are one of them. Well, saludos, and let's create the 51st State of the Union.